Hello guys, welcome to this tutorial. Now we'll be moving on to CSS selectors, attribute selectors, and ID selectors. Now I have these elements on my code, and you can see it here in my browser. They are not yet styled. So if I want to style it, if I want to style it conveniently, I can just use the tag name P and give it something like font size 20 pesos, font weight 400, and font family. I can decide to give it color to be when I go to my browser, I can see how it is, right? But in a situation whereby I want to style them individually. So what I'm going to do is that's why I'm going to make use of the class selectors. So the class selectors goes like this with the name, the value name, let's say tag. Now if I want to style this hello world, I will make use of the style selector and the class selector indicated with dot. So dot and then the value name, which is tag. Now I can now style it, maybe giving it a color of blue. And when I go to my browser, okay, let me give it a different color, the color of brown. And when I go to my browser, you can see it is different from every other property, right? So if I want to style another element, assuming all of them have the same class name, the three elements have the same class name, automatically they will have the same style, right? But if I want to add a particular tag, a style to a particular tag, I will now make use of what? ID. ID is a unique identifier that is to specify the particular element you want to give a particular style. So I can say ID of, let's say, gap. And when I go to my file, ID is being represented with what? Hash. So I will say hash gap. And I give it color of, let's say, this. So when you come here, you can see it. So initially, they all have the color of this by their tag name, but with class name, they have a color of brown. Now this one with ID name, they have a different color. So the last attributes we have to discuss is what? The attribute selector. For example, I have inputs. Let's say input type of text. Second one, I have input type of email. And third, I have the input type of, let's say, file, right? Now, when I go to my browser, I can see how it is, right? But now I want to style a particular input type. Let's say I want to hide one particular input. So if I go to my CSS file and then maybe use the tag name input, display none, automatically all the input will disappear because I'm making reference to the tree. But if I want to specify a particular one, and maybe I don't want to make use of ID or class selector, I can make use of what? Attribute selector. That is, I can come to my file. I will now say I want to style input type of file. So input type of file, I want you to be what? Display of none. So automatically, when I go to my browser, only the input type of file will be display of none. Every other input will still remain as it is. That's how we can style our different HTML elements with different CSS attributes or different CSS selector. So with this, you have come to the end of this session. See you in the next video.